This video demonstrates the use and operation of the Aeroflex 3920 digital radio test set controls and indicators. The 3920 is powered on and powered off using the green power button. When AC power is applied to the 3920 and the rear panel power switch is set to on, the power LED will illuminate in an amber color. The amber color indicates the 3920 is in standby mode. When the 3920 is powered on, the power LED will be illuminated in green. Each RF connector has its own status LED. When the GEN connector is selected as the RF generator output, its LED will illuminate. When the antenna connector is selected as the receiver input, its LED will illuminate. When the TR connector is selected as either the RF receiver input, RF generator output, or both, its LED will illuminate. The 3920 front panel controls allow selection of data fields and tiles, entry of data, soft keys, access to configuration, utilities, and test screens, and access to specialized functions. The cursor arrow keys can be used to move between different fields on the display. The rotary encoder can also be used to select between fields. The select key is used to select a field for data entry or to activate, deactivate checkboxes. The rotary encoder has a built-in select switch. Pushing or clicking in the rotary encoder has the same effect as pushing the select button. When a field is selected, the contents of the field can be scrolled using the arrow buttons and rotary encoder. In this example, the generator's tile RF frequency field has been selected. The left and right arrow keys are used to select which digit to scroll. The up and down arrow keys, or the rotary encoder, are used to increment the value up and down. Pressing the select key again, clicking the encoder, or pressing the enter key will enter the selected value into the field. Here, select is used to enable, then disable, modulation generator M1. The tab key is used to move between test tiles. When a tile is maximized, pressing the tab key will provide a drop-down menu that allows selection of another maximized tile. The data entry keys are used to directly enter alphanumeric data into selected fields. It is not necessary to press the select key when directly entering data. You can just start typing in the data. When entering data, often the soft keys will provide a choice of which units of data to enter. For example, when entering the RF generator frequency, the soft keys will allow the value to be entered in gigahertz, megahertz, kilohertz, or hertz. In this example, the desired value is 151.025 megahertz. So after entering 151.025, pressing the megahertz key will enter the value in megahertz. In another example, 1 gigahertz will be entered by pressing the 1 key, then pressing the gigahertz soft key. 1 megahertz is entered by pressing the 1 key and the megahertz soft key. Entering the value using the supplied unit soft keys helps to prevent entering erroneous values. For example, we will enter a value of 1 volt into the A1 audio level field using the volts soft key. Note the A1 audio level units is now set to volts. Now, the intent is to enter 100 millivolts, but instead of using the millivolt soft key, we press the enter key. Whoops! Because the value was entered while the units were set to volts, the 3920 thinks the entered value is 100 volts. The maximum value for that field is 5 volts, so the 3920 displays an error message and enters the maximum voltage closest to 100 volts, which is 5 volts. So we enter 100 millivolts again, this time specifying millivolts using the soft key. The cancel key is used to abort an entry before it is entered. In this example, 455 is entered into the A1 level field, but the cancel key is pressed, aborting the entry and returning the field to its previous value. Pressing the backspace key allows portions of an entry to be removed before the value is entered. The decimal key is required for entering decimal values. The minus key is used for entering negative values. In the analog duplex system, pressing the assign key provides access to soft keys that enable the adjustment of speaker volume, alarm volume, receiver squelch, and screen brightness. To adjust one of these parameters, select the associated soft key and use the rotary encoder and arrow cursor keys to increase or decrease the value of the parameter. Pressing the return key will exit the Assign Soft Key menu. Pressing the Hold key will freeze the entire display in its current state. When the screen is held, two soft keys appear that allow the screen to be printed or saved internally as an image file. Pressing the Print Screen soft key will send the screen image to a printer according to the print configuration. Pressing the Save Screen As soft key will present a menu that allows the screen image to be named and saved internally as either a JPEG, PNG, or BMP file. The screen image is stored internally and can later be transferred to a USB memory stick or directly to a computer using a third-party program such as WinSCP. The config and utils keys are used to access the configuration and utilities functions of the 3920. When pressed once, the Config key will display the last accessed configuration tile. When the Config key is pressed a second time while a configuration tile is displayed, the Configuration drop-down menu will appear, allowing the selection of a different configuration tile. When pressed once, the Utils key will display the last accessed Utilities tile. When the Utils key is pressed a second time while a Utilities tile is displayed, the Utilities drop-down menu will appear, allowing the selection of a different Utilities tile.